Hello everybody, these are my Week 17 NFL predictions. Let's get right into it. Starting with the first game on Thursday night, we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Tennessee Titans. Now starting with the Tennessee Titans, they just had a horrible loss against the Houston Texans, in which they gave the Houston Texans their second win of the season. And with that loss, the Tennessee Titans have now lost 5 games in a row. Now moving on to the Cowboys, they just had a great win over the Eagles, and with that win, they're looking like a real playoff contending team. Now because of all that, I do see the Cowboys beating the Titans 31-16. Then moving on, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Now the Cardinals just came off a loss in overtime on Sunday Night Football against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the Cardinals have already been eliminated from the playoffs, so I don't think they have very much ambition to play right now. Now, the Falcons still have a chance to make the playoffs somehow because they are in a horrible division in the NFC South. But their chances are very slim, and they also just came off a loss against the Baltimore Ravens. Ultimately, I have the Cardinals beating the Falcons 16-10 in a slow, boring game. Moving on, we have the New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins just came off a bad loss against the Green Bay Packers. They have now lost 4 in a row and are just trying to hang on to a playoff spot. On the other side, for the New England Patriots, they just had a loss against the Cincinnati Bengals 22-18. New England almost came back and won this game after the Bengals had a lead 22-0 at halftime. The Dolphins and Patriots are both very well in playoff contention, but I do see the Patriots winning this game and continuing the Dolphins' losing streak. Patriots win 21-18. Moving on, we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Eagles just came off a loss against the Dallas Cowboys, but they were without their star quarterback Jalen Hurts. Now, the Saints just came off a win against the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Saints are trying to make a playoff run while the Eagles have already clinched, but I do see the Eagles winning this game. Give me the Eagles 27-17. Moving on, we have the New York Giants taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Giants are coming off a heartbreaking loss against the Minnesota Vikings, in which they lost to a 61-yard field goal. This was filmed before the Colts vs. Chargers Monday Night Football game, so I do not know what happens in Week 16 for the Indianapolis Colts. But I do ultimately have the Giants winning 23-16. Moving on, we have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are coming off a win in overtime against the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday Night Football. And the Panthers are coming off a big win against the Detroit Lions. I think neither of these two teams look like good football teams, but I'm going to take the upset. Give me the Carolina Panthers over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 20-7. Moving on, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. The Chiefs are coming off a big win against the Seattle Seahawks. And the Denver Broncos, wow, they just got obliterated by the Los Angeles Rams. In the first matchup between these two teams, the Broncos kept it close and the Chiefs got the win, but I do not see that happening here. Give me the Chiefs 30-13. Moving on, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. The Lions are coming off a bad loss against the Carolina Panthers where they just did not play well. And the Bears are coming off a loss against the Bills where they also did not play very well. Give me the Lions over the Bears in a close one, 33-30. Moving on, we have the Commanders taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Commanders are coming off the loss against the 49ers in which nobody expected them to win. And the Browns are coming off the loss against the New Orleans Saints, promptly eliminating them from the playoffs. I have the Commanders in a very boring one, 10-7. Moving on, we have the Jaguars taking on the Texans. The Texans are coming off their second win of the season against the Tennessee Titans. And the Jaguars are coming off a win against the New York Jets to take the lead of their division. The Jaguars are red hot right now, so give me the Jaguars 27-16. Moving on, we have the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. The 49ers are the most hot team in the league right now, winning 8 games in a row. The Raiders are coming off an ugly loss against the Steelers. I don't see the 49ers' reign of terror stopping here, so give me the 49ers 38-10. Moving on, we have the New York Jets taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The Jets are coming off of a blowout loss against the Jaguars on Thursday Night Football. The Seahawks are also coming off a loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. I have the Jets winning this game in a close one, 16-13. Moving on, we have the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers' playoff hopes are still alive after coming off a big win against the Miami Dolphins. And the Minnesota Vikings are coming off a win against the New York Giants off a 61-yard game-winning field goal. I'm actually going to take the Packers here because they're at home against a huge rival. Packers win 30-24. Moving on, we have the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Once again, this was filmed before the Chargers Monday Night Football game, so I do not know what happens in Week 16 for the Chargers. But the Rams are coming off a monster win against the Denver Broncos, 51-14. Though I am still going to take the Chargers to win 37-28. Then moving on to the Sunday Night Football game, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens are coming off a win against the Atlanta Falcons, 17-9. And the Steelers are coming off a comeback win against the Las Vegas Raiders. Ultimately, I think this will be a boring game because both teams are struggling to put up numbers on offense. But give me the Ravens 17-13. Lastly, we have the Monday Night Football game between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bills are coming off a win against the Chicago Bears where everybody expected them to win. And the Bengals are coming off a win against the New England Patriots where they did not score any points in the second half. I think this will be a phenomenal game, but I have the Bills winning 31-28. Let me know what you think about my predictions down in the comments below. And as always, Who Dey?